was just thinking about some things that I have done, and I've been listening to a new podcast. Well, it's not a new podcast, it's been going on for a while, but I found it recently, and it's called Tales from the Break Room. And it's kind of reminded me of some stupid things that I have done in my life. And I was like, story time, let's go. Also, if it was not apparently obvious, I am a little sick right now. So please excuse my gross voice. I will also probably be coughing a lot. So, I was listening to Tales from the Break Rooms, and some of the stories were like these young girls who are working like retail jobs, and they get into a potentially bad situation. So this one girl was like working in a retail store, or she was working in like a store, and they had a propane tank out back that like people could come and fill up their propane tanks. And like this guy came in, and like her coworker really didn't want to do it, so she took this guy out to the back to fill up the propane tank. And the problem with where the filling station was is that it was around the back of the building. There were no windows into the building on that side. There were no security cameras pointed back there, and the only people who could see you were people in the parking lot, and it was kind of late, so there really wasn't anyone in the parking lot. So this girl goes out there with this random, like, 50-something-year-old guy, and it starts out fine. Like, he's just making small talk while she's getting, like, you know, the things set up, going through, you know, the safety precautions to make sure, you know, the propane tank doesn't, like, explode or something. And this guy starts asking, like, creepy questions, like, oh, how old are you? Do you live around here? Do you go to college? And she was like, old enough to carry. And luckily for her, she did have a specific thing on her person at that time. I think we can all guess what I'm saying. And like this guy just kept being really, really creepy. And as like she was bending over to do, I don't actually know what you have to do to like refill a propane tank, but she was doing whatever it is you have to do. And this guy steps behind her. So he's like directly behind her. And so she side shuffles, he steps behind her again, and they just kind of, like, keep doing this thing. And then eventually, like, she finishes, and, like, she finishes with the propane tank, and this couple pulls into the driveway, or not the driveway, the parking lot, and they shine their headlights literally right where they are. So luckily for her, this guy's like, oh, there are other people, and he backs up, because he was, like, a foot away from her. So luckily she's okay, she goes back inside, they ring him up, he leaves. But that could have gone really, really bad really, really fast. And that reminded me of some stupid things that I have done. So, let me tell you about that. So in my high school, there was this probably about 4.5 foot tall wall by the back, the back entrance to the theater. And a lot of, like, both of our theater teachers and a couple other people would walk past there from time to time, and they would see me sitting on that wall. And they would be like, oh my god, like, you're scaring me. I don't know how you can sit on that wall. And I'm like, it's literally 4.5 feet off the ground. I am taller than this wall. I am, like, an entire head taller than this wall. Like, it is not that high. But they're like, oh my gosh, it's so scary with you sitting there. Like, you make me nervous sitting there. And I was like, it's fine. But if ever there were too many people, like, sitting in that area, because there was a sidewalk right behind it, if ever there were too many people, like, sitting on the sidewalk behind it, I would go to, like, the back of the school, because there was probably about a 10-foot wall in the back, and you could, like, the thing is, the retaining wall got taller as it went along. So at its height, it was probably about 10 feet, but at its base, it was probably about 1 foot. So I would walk all the way to the end. Hello, welcome back. I'm a little sick right now, but I'm glad you could join. Excuse me. So I would go around to the back of the school, and I would sit on this 10-foot wall. And now one day I was walking back there, and this couple in their car, I don't know. I literally, for the life of me, I could not tell you, but I think God was affronted by something I did. Like, I'm pretty sure I have affronted God at this point. Like, I'm sick, I have a broken foot, just so many things are happening right now. Oh yeah, I forgot, I had to, when I was at home, like the first week with my broken foot, my computer charger literally broke because I've had it for 6 years now. And my computer was on 19%, so I was like, the charger's coming on Friday, it's Wednesday, I have class tomorrow, I can't go. So I was gonna have to email my professor and be like, hey, my charger broke, I can't come to class tomorrow online. And my dad was like, this many bad things can't happen to one person. And I was like, oh ho ho. Yeah, no, you're right, I did abandon the Corn Guardian. I forgot to do the proper goodbye ritual. You know what, you're probably right. It was either the Corn Guardian or God was affronted by something I said, which is funny because I'm God and I'm always affronted by some things that I say. Or just like some things that I do. For example, this story. So I was sitting on I was walking over to this back wall, and this couple pulls up, and now I'm behind the school. There is no one here. I am alone. No one can see me. No one would probably hear me. And this, like, couple pulls up, and now there's, like, a man and a woman in this car. And they're like, hey, can you direct us to wherever the hell it was? I don't remember where they were going. And I, like a dumbass, walk up to their car. Now, some of y'all might be thinking, Void, it was like a couple asking for directions, like nothing bad was gonna happen. And some other people would be like, Void, you're fucking AFAB. What are you doing walking up to a stranger's car? And to those people, I would say, you're exactly right. In hindsight, that was very, very stupid, and that's exactly how you get kidnapped. So don't ever walk up to strangers' cars for the love of God, even if there is an AFAB in the car. Like, for the love of God, I am still kicking myself for doing that. Like, that was so unbelievably stupid. Do not ever do that. I don't know, I just heard a story about that. Like, I just heard something that reminded me of that recently, and I was like, I did a very dumb. It's like, if ever someone else is telling me a story where they did something stupid, hello, I can, like, figure it out really quickly that, like, oh, hey, that was kind of a stupid thing to do. But in my own life, I am very oblivious. If that was not obvious by the broken foot. I'm oblivious as hell. Rule number 2. Actually, wait, hold on. What are my channel rules? I don't know where I wrote them down. I wrote them down somewhere. Where did I write them down? I do not know. Oh, hold on. It's here somewhere. I believe in my ability to find it. I no longer believe in my ability to find it. Why do I have so many sticky notes? Whatever. Channel rules. I'll figure out what they are. Yeah, rule number 2, trust your gut. If it says there's something wrong, GTFO. Yup, you got it, thank you. Dr. Florida Man here, coming in clutch. Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you. Honestly, it's really funny, because it's like, I was thinking about it the other day, like, you're literally the OG on this channel. 10 out of 10. Thank you for, like, being here, because I probably would not still be doing this if you were not here. Oh, what other stupid stories do I have to tell? Okay. Okay, here's the thing. I didn't watch the football game last night because I was feeling really, really gross. And you can probably tell by my voice, I'm a little bit sick. Last night, I was way more sick than I am right now. So, like, I could hardly get out of bed. And I spent, like, 2 hours in the shower because that's just what you do when you're sick, right? But, hell yeah. My university for the win. Let's go. It's so weird not being able to say the name of my university, but I also recognize that would be a very stupid decision to say it, so hell yeah, my university for the win. 10 out of 10. We love to see it. That just reminds me of, like, I saw this thing. I have no idea if it was true or not. I hope it is. This guy, like, made a launcher that could, like, shoot masks onto people's face. And I love that. That is such a cool thing. Ooh, anyway. Hell yeah, thank you. Anyway, I was writing down yesterday because I also, like, I was sitting in my bed and I was like, I have to do calculus. So I was, like, sitting in my bed feeling like absolute trash. Oh shit, exams are coming up. Ugh. Damn it. I have a calc exam in, like, the next couple weeks. Actually, the same day that I get an update on my foot. Who knows? Maybe I'll get 2 bouts of good news. Oh, also, okay, yeah, that reminds me. Speaking of my broke-ass bones, I was writing down yesterday because I was bored and I didn't want to work on calculus and I was feeling like shit. So I was like, I'm going to do anything to get my mind off of feeling sick that isn't math, you know? So I wrote down some video ideas that I have. Here we go. You want to hear them? Number 1, rare physical conditions in humans. For example, heterochromia, albinism, things like that. Because I think it would be cool to just, like, do a deep dive into those things because I have central heterochromia. And that's kind of cool. And I didn't know what it was called until, like, my senior year of high school. And I was like, why are my eyes... I just randomly decided to Google, why are my eyes 3 different colors? The answer is I have central heterochromia. Who knew? Not me. I didn't. Number 2, reading scary, like, work stories. Because, again, I can always see things coming from, like, 10 miles away when it's other people's lives, but not when it's mine. I'm oblivious as hell. Ooh, midterms. Yeah, good luck on the midterms. Good luck on everybody's midterms, because midterms are the worst. Okay, exams in general are the worst. Especially for calculus. Anyway. But yeah, good luck on everyone's midterms. Because those are important. Make sure you study. I do not think I have any classes with... Well, okay, I have classes, actually, fun fact, Simply Silver, the person, the 4th follower on this Twitch, I actually do share a couple classes with them, and last semester I shared classes with, like, pretty much every class with them, and they were one of my flight mates when I was in ROTC, so that was fun. But yeah, this semester I don't really share classes with, like, anyone I know, which kind of sucks, and now I can't bother someone to tell me what the homework is on a daily basis.